Have you ever tried to just power through to a goal using all your willpower only to completely burn out? Well, today we're going to explore a much better way. It's about achieving real, consistent growth, not through brute force, but by building a smart system that does the work for you. I think we've all been there, right? You get this huge burst of motivation. You go all in for a week or two, and then nothing. You hit a wall and you slide right back to where you started. It's such a frustrating cycle. So what's really going on here? The problem isn't that you're not trying hard enough. It's that you're probably using the wrong tool. We've been taught to rely on willpower, but psychological studies show it's a limited resource. It's like a phone battery. It drains with every decision you make all day long. And this really shows the core difference. Relying on willpower is draining and honestly pretty unreliable. A system, on the other hand, is sustainable. It's designed to be consistent and to work automatically even on the days you don't feel motivated at all. This brings us to the heart of the idea, the incredible power of small, consistent improvements. And this isn't magic, it's just math.
You know, one of the main reasons people give up is that they fall into what's called the speed trap. We live in a world that wants instant results. And when we don't see big changes right away, we think what we're doing isn't working. But that's not how true growth happens.
Think about this question. What if you just got 1% better every single day? It sounds like almost nothing, doesn't it? You wouldn't even notice a change from one day to the next. But this is where the amazing power of compounding kicks in. So, if you improve by just 1% each day, after 1 year, you won't be 365% better. You'll actually be nearly 38 times better than when you started. That's the absolutely mind-blowing result of tiny, steady effort. Now, this chart shows the other side of that coin. Small, positive habits compound into these massive gains. But getting just 1% worse each day? Well, that compounds just as powerfully, but in the wrong direction, leaving you with practically nothing. The huge gap between these two outcomes is created by hundreds of tiny choices.
Okay, so how do we build a system that makes sure we stay on that upward path? It really comes down to 3 practical pillars. Let's break them down.
The first pillar is all about your mindset. It's called choice chain thinking. It's the simple but powerful idea that your life today is basically the sum of all your past choices. Every small decision, what you eat for lunch, whether you scroll on your phone or read a page of a book, it's all a link in a chain that's pulling you toward your future. A great way to visualize this is the flywheel. At first, trying to push a giant, heavy flywheel is so hard. It barely moves. But every single push, no matter how small, adds a little momentum. And eventually, after enough consistent pushes, that flywheel starts spinning faster and faster, all on its own. And that momentum brings us right to our second pillar, effortless habits. Think of habits as the engine that keeps your flywheel spinning. These are actions that become so automatic, they barely use any of that limited willpower we talked about earlier. They make progress feel almost effortless. And the good news is, you can actually engineer a habit with a simple 3-step loop. First, you need a cue, some kind of trigger that's really obvious. Second, the action itself needs to be incredibly easy to start. And third, you need a reward to make it feel satisfying, so your brain wants to do it again. Here's a perfect real-world example. Let's say your action is to read more. So you make the cue obvious by putting a book right on your pillow. To make the action easy, you follow the 2-minute rule. Just commit to reading 1 single page. And for the reward, maybe a small piece of dark chocolate. It reinforces the whole loop. Okay, our final pillar might be the most powerful one because it works passively in the background. It's creating smart environments. The reality is, your environment often has a bigger impact on your behavior than your own self-control does. So the trick is to stop fighting your environment and start designing it to work for you. This means you become the architect of your own world. In your physical space, make the good choices easy and the bad choices hard. Want to eat healthier? Put the fruit bowl on the counter and the junk food on a high shelf. And this applies to your social environment too. Surrounding yourself with people who already have the habits you want is one of the biggest shortcuts to success. All right, let's bring all these ideas together into one simple, powerful formula that you can start using today. Here's the whole system in a nutshell. It starts with a mindful choice about your direction. You then build an easy action into a smart habit. You support it all with a smart environment, and then you just give it time. When you do that, real, compounding growth is the inevitable result. So if there's one thing to take away from all this, it's this. Giants are not built overnight.
They are the product of countless tiny, daily choices compounding over time to create something truly remarkable.
And that's our look at building a system for compounding growth. If you found this helpful, let us know by hitting that like button, and be sure to subscribe for more explainers designed to help you build better systems in your life.
Thanks for being here. We'll see you next time.